So this is the review for December 17th, 2020, and I told you this was going to happen, that we were going to revisit Pfizer and their COVID-19 vaccine very soon, and sure enough, here we are. Um, if you didn't see the last review that I did about Pfizer and their COVID-19 vaccine, I was pointing out how right here, and this is from Financial Times, UK regulator issues allergy warning on Pfizer BioNTech vaccine. People with significant history of allergies told to avoid jab after two NHS staff suffer adverse reactions or having allergic reactions to the vaccine. And I pointed out that this is just the beginning because the vaccines were rushed, the development was rushed. Proper testing has not been done. It literally couldn't be done because in this time frame, it literally cannot be done. There's certain processes that just take this much time, and no amount of money or resources or anything can speed that up. And the effects of a vaccine on a human body, especially unproven technology like mRNA vaccines, you need to study that for years before it's ready to just give people and to know that it's safe. So they completely rushed it through, and they did it through a deliberately created atmosphere of hysteria promoted by the media. And we know that the media simply reflects what the government and the corporations that influence government policy want people to think. So this is how these vaccines were developed and pushed out and are already being administered to people, and now people are suffering adverse reactions to the point where a UK regulator has to warn people who are prone to allergic reactions to not even take it. So it's COVID-19 is so dangerous and everyone needs their vaccine, but we're literally telling people not to take it because there's these adverse effects already. Now this is the update here. This is the next thing, just not even a month. Second health worker in Alaska suffers allergic reaction after getting Pfizer COVID-19 jab. Come down here, and this is why I like RT. They always had the primary source. This was the hospital, and they're talking about a second staff member, eye puffiness, lightheadedness, scratchy throat 10 minutes after being injected with the vaccine today. Here is the Facebook social media post about this. Vaccine adverse reaction update. The Bartlett Regional Hospital staff member and first known adverse allergic reaction to the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine in the U.S. is recovering and will remain another night in the hospital after observation. She is still encouraging her colleagues to get the vaccine. So this isn't like you have like an allergic reaction to like a fruit or something. You eat a little bit and your face puffs up, and then, like 2 hours later, you're okay. This person's in the hospital overnight. As per the CDC's recommended method of vaccine administration, recipients are required to remain in place for 15 minutes after inoculation in the event any after effects arise. After 10 minutes, the Bartlett healthcare worker showed signs of an anaphylactic reaction with increased heartbeat, shortness of breath, and skin rash and redness. Okay, and then, so then, that's pretty serious. This is all pretty serious. She has no known previous allergies or adverse reactions to vaccines. So the UK's advice to not take it if you have a history of allergies is meaningless, because if there's people who don't have a history of allergies still having an allergic reaction to this vaccine, it just means that the vaccine is not safe. And that's because it was rushed through production in an environment of hysteria deliberately created by the media and the corporations that own the media, which includes pharmaceutical companies who are making billions and billions and billions. They were going to make billions if people didn't take it, and they just filled up a warehouse with these things, just like they did with the swine flu. Entire warehouses filled with billions of dollars of taxpayers' money, funding medication and vaccines that were never used, and they found out that they weren't even effective, would never have worked anyway. And now, fast forward to 2020, we're giving out vaccines that we're forcing people to take these vaccines, and they're dangerous. The self-evident that they're dangerous. And again, like, here's the kicker right here. The staff member who got sick, she is still encouraging her colleagues to get the vaccine. I can understand on a fundamental level if you actually believe that these vaccines for COVID-19 are necessary and you think that they're going to help. Okay, I can understand that's how you feel. These vaccines are being produced by Pfizer. And we know for a fact that Pfizer, along with all these other pharmaceutical corporations, are among the most corrupt corporations on earth today. Several of these, actually every single one of the pharmaceutical companies involved in Operation Warp Speed are all guilty, all found, all have paid fines over and over again over the years for things like bribery, selling things that were unsafe, falsifying safety and efficacy, research data, you name it, they've done it, and they've been caught doing it, and they've paid fines doing it. And for them, that's just the cost of doing business. That is how they do business. This is from November 9th, 2020. So this is just last month. Pfizer faces Department of Justice, Security Exchange Commission, foreign bribery probes for China-Russia operations. If you come down here, they're talking about this investigation ongoing this year. This was reported just last month. And the article down here says that in 2012, this exact same company paid $60 million to settle charges. They were violating the law, and they were accused of paying foreign officials to facilitate drug approvals. So when the FDA tells us that Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is safe, is that because they tested it and it's actually safe? Or is that because, just like they did in 2012, they paid the FDA to say that it's safe? We'll never know. We'll never know until a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, everyone that's getting this Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, what happens to them? What are the impact? What's the impact of this vaccine on people's health in the immediate, short, intermediate, and long-term time frames? We're going to just have to sit and wait, because the people that we think are out there, the regulators are supposed to be protecting us, are not. They're in the pocket of these pharmaceutical corporations. And like I said last time, I'm going to say it again. This is not the last time we've heard of this, and this is not going to be the last time that I cover this. And again, just keep in mind that social media, US-based social media companies are putting pressure on people not to discuss this, not to point this out. They're censoring people on social media. But look, like, are you going to censor Financial Times? Are you going to censor this UK regulator for just pointing out that Pfizer's vaccine just simply isn't safe? It was rushed through development, and these governments picked a well-known corrupt pharmaceutical giant to produce this. If this is such an important thing for Western civilization or for the world as a whole, why do we pick companies like Pfizer? Why do we trust them? Why do we entrust this huge responsibility with a company like Pfizer? Something worth asking. Anyway, that's it for today's review. To my patrons who make this possible, thank you very much. Please give me feedback on what you think about these videos. I really appreciate that. I read everything, and I appreciate it. And if you're watching this when it's posted publicly, please like and share the video if you thought it was useful, and think about subscribing to my YouTube channel, because that helps the channel grow. And look in the video description below for the references regarding everything that I just mentioned, and also for ways to support my work, like through Patreon, because not only are you able to support my work on a monthly basis, you also get extra content and benefits in return. And to everyone who's helping me in every way, thank you so much. And as always, thank you for watching.